Namaste to all of you. Hope everyone is doing fine in this quarantine period. Today we'll be learning something about back bending, but not exactly the back bending we do in yogic style, but using some properties which are readily available at our house. Like I'm sitting besides the bed here, so we'll be using the bed for the back bending today. A few things what you have to keep in mind during this practice is if you're suffering with say the cervical spondylitis or lower back pain or anything, you will not be able to do this practice. You should avoid this practice. But otherwise, if the spine is healthy and you're a little bit of a yogic practitioner, you can always try this practice. A few things you have to keep in mind once again is you have to see that which area of your back falls on the edge of the edge of the bed. Behind the chest, the shoulders, and below the shoulders, the back. That back should be touching to the edge of the bed here when you do the back bending. When I will go on the bed and I'll show you the practice, you will be understanding a little more better. But you should know which is your thoracic spine. The thoracic spine is the spine just behind your chest. Okay. Now, a few ladies and also most of the men will have the complaints of the rounded back here and also hunched shoulders. Now, why does this happen? It might be due to your wrong posture. It might be due to long sitting hours on desk. It might be standing for long hours in the kitchen, chopping, doing all the household works. So in most of the day-to-day life style, we are almost in a forward bend position, or most of the times the neck is loaded heavily. So this practice will help you to give a counterpose for that day-to-day life, to open up the shoulders better, to correct your upper back posture, and also to give a nice chest opening. So straight away we'll move on to the bed from here. Okay, so sit onto the bed, lie face towards the opposite side of the edge, okay, and try to lie down onto the bed. Now I have told you, just behind the chest, the back which is there, should be onto the edge of the bed, and you can just hang your head freely down. And if this is too much for you, if it is too intense on the neck, you can always keep your hands hanging down like this freely. And if it is too intense for your legs or for your back, if you feel the lower back is lifting off and you're just sliding off towards the floor, you can just keep one leg bent to have the control over the back. Or both the legs bent. Lower back should not be lifting, remember. Eventually, you must try to engage your legs. Don't keep the foot active. Engage the toes, engage your quads towards the opposite sides of the torso, and try to stay here and see that you are comfortably breathing. Take at least 5 to 6 natural breaths here. Just watch the breath. Do not allow the abdomen to bloat in the front here. Keep the hands a little wider if you feel the shoulders are just, compressing the neck. You can also release the neck once and then again release the hands and then slowly release the neck. After a couple of breaths, if you feel comfortable, we will slide slowly into the back, which is just below the chest, behind the ribs. So slowly slide back as I'm doing. As you slide back, you will find the crown going more closer to the floor. If you feel that is again too much intense, use your hands. The palms, you can keep them below on the floor. more than shoulder distance wider. Elbows not going out away like this, elbows being into the ears. Fingers are open nicely. Take a couple of breaths more. See, just re-ensure that your legs are actively engaged opposite ways. Keep breathing. Smooth and soft. Deep and long. Also keep checking that you are not lifting off from the lower back. Keep squeezing into the hips and legs. If you still feel more comfortable, a few days you can just try this much. And from here, if you want to progress, you can still go a little more deeper. Just take one leg bent, slide the back a little more, straighten the legs once again, and just stay here. So very progressively, gradually, we'll try to move the crown of the head towards the floor. A couple of breaths more. People who have been struggling in Chakrasana can practice this. People who have tight shoulders and tight upper back can practice this. You can find a lot of improvement in your Chakrasana practice as well. Keep breathing, and if you still again feel comfortable, try to push the crown slowly into the floor. If this is too intense, don't go so much. Legs are engaged, crown is dropped, elbows are soft, elbows are squeezing into each other. Keep the flat area of your head on the floor. You can always keep looking into my legs. This might be too much intense into the lower back. So it's okay if you don't go so much deeper into this. It's a very progressive practice, as I've been telling you. Now, after taking 5 to 6 breaths more here, staying calm into the mind, engaging the legs, pressing the hands into the floor, and trying to push the hands straight, squeezing into the elbows, and opening the chest, staying there for a couple of breaths. Again, bending the elbows, dropping the crown towards the floor, engaging the legs. You can always flexion and extension of the ankles can happen if you feel any discomfort. Pressing into the floor, straightening up the elbow, squeezing into the thighs against each other. Staying there for a couple of breaths more. Now, people who can go a little more intense can slowly bend the leg, keep the crown, keep the legs a little wider, press into the foot and try to bend back a little more, lifting the hip and then slowly dropping the hip and then again straightening the legs. Staying there, taking a couple of breaths. Now here we are not using too many muscles actively, so it's a little bit of restorative stretch also. And when you come back slowly, just bend the legs, slide, or else if this is difficult, like I am finding it difficult, you can just flip onto the other side like this. Stay here, relax. Just as you did in the back bend, you can do it in your forward stretch as well. Legs are stretching backwards. Stay here to relax. Press your hands. push yourself up, bend the legs, come back slowly. Take here a couple of breaths. To Adho Mukha Virasana. Come here slowly. Come out. Thank you. Hope you like this video and you try to follow the steps. Have a good day.